Run, Slinger.
The biggest goal in year 6 for the Runslinger is a three-peat. Can Brandon be the first and only quarterback to lead his team to a three-peat? The back-to-back champs opened the season at home versus division rival Washington and struggled heavily. The biggest achievement was when Brandon moved to the 4th all-time in quarterback rush yards, passing Russell Wilson. Dallas would end up losing 12-7 to start their three-peat campaign, 0-1. The back-to-back champs bounced back in Week 2, defeating the Bucs 24-17 to move to 1-1 on the year. Brandon finished with 145 yards and 1 touchdown through the air, and 111 yards and 1 touchdown on the ground. Late in the first half, Brandon would take off to the right for a 28-yard gain, passing Cam Newton for 3rd all-time in quarterback rush yards. Fast forward to Week 8, where the Cowboys are facing recent playoff rivals, the Atlanta Falcons. Late in the first half, Brandon steps up to avoid a sack and takes off up the middle for a 16-yard gain, moving him into 2nd place all-time in quarterback rush yards, passing the legendary Mike Vick. Brandon would continue to dominate, throwing for 312 yards and 2 touchdowns while also rushing for 94 yards and another 2 touchdowns, leading the Cowboys to a 38-13 victory to move Dallas to 6-2 on the year. Jumping to Week 17 in the first quarter, Brandon hits George Pickens on a 6-yard slant for his 200th career touchdown. He would go on to throw 4 touchdowns, leading the Cowboys to a 42-10 beatdown of the Packers to move to 13-3 heading into the final week of the season. In Week 17, Brandon would hit 20,000 career passing yards on a slant to CeeDee Lamb in the 4th quarter. Dallas would win 27-20 to finish the year 14-3, and now they can turn their attention to the playoffs, where they will be seeking a chance to three-peat. Brandon finished his 6th year in the NFL with 3,511 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, and an incredible 2 interceptions. He also added 1,430 yards on the ground and 14 touchdowns. For the 3rd time in 4 years, Dallas will take on the Atlanta Falcons in a playoff game. Brandon throws for more yards than he has ever thrown for in an NFL game, with 424 yards and 5 total touchdowns. He leads the Cowboys to a 38-35 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. In the NFC Championship, Brandon and the Cowboys host the 12-5 Minnesota Vikings. The greatness of the Runslinger was on full display as he drove the Cowboys down to the goal line in the final minute, where Jordan James punches it into the end zone with just 5 seconds left to give the Cowboys a 42-35 victory in the NFC Championship. The Runslinger threw for 353 yards, ran for 44, and had 4 total touchdowns. Dallas will now be looking to complete the three-peat. Standing in the way of the three-peat is the same team that this run started against, the Los Angeles Chargers. In 2028, Brandon threw a touchdown as time expired to win 21-20. Can the Chargers erase those demons, or will Brandon and the Cowboys be the first ever three-peat in Super Bowl history?
to a great NFL season, all culminating here in the Super Bowl. And Greg, I think we can say the best team won the title.
And you think back to the season they had, Mike, where they earned everything on the field. There was ups and downs, there was adversity, and they were such a resilient group all season long. They were battle-tested coming into the playoffs. They put it all together tonight, and they can call themselves Super Bowl champions.
Commissioner Goodell doing the honors, handing the Lombardi Trophy to America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. On top of the world, they are your Super Bowl champions.
After 6 full seasons in the NFL, Brandon has 20,191 yards passing, 206 touchdowns, and just 33 interceptions. He's run for 6,926 yards and 66 touchdowns. The Dallas Cowboys are now 9-time Super Bowl champions, and Brandon was named the MVP of the league. 5-time NFL MVP, 4-time Super Bowl MVP, 4-time Super Bowl champion, and now a three-peat in just 6 seasons. Brandon Allen has done what very few quarterbacks in NFL history have ever dreamed of. The Slinger has turned the Dallas Cowboys into a full-blown dynasty. America's team is once again on top of the football world. But here's the scary part. What does a man do when he's already accomplished everything? Does he chase history and go for the unprecedented Three-Peat? Does he set his sights on shattering every meaningful quarterback record in the books? Or has the Prodigy from Pueblo finally reached the mountaintop and now must decide how and when his legendary story ends? The hunger is still there, the fire still burns, but every dynasty eventually faces its greatest test. So the real question is, can Brandon Allen do the impossible one more time, or will this be the beginning of the end of the greatest run we've ever seen? Find out next time on Run Slinger.
This is Run Slinger.
Please subscribe to Hagen Unlimited.